All right. All right. We are. I can turn off the Elden Ring tunes now. And I turn off the Elden Ring
turn
tunes
on the Taylor Swift.
as I'm staring at my Sekiro replica sword, and I am flanked behind myself with my Bloodborne figurines. I might have a problem.
Or a
Right.
solution.
And
It depends on your perspective.
and by I might have a problem, I mean the coterie has a severe problem tonight
Don't
because
you
one of
fucking
them
say that. How
might
dare
die.
you.
We already
segue.
knew that we were going to have a problem. I mean, like,
we're technically already dead.
I'm just gonna go ahead and
You're
enjoy my coffee with scream and sugar here.
You've been edging us with this near-death thing.
Stop the edging.
Fair.
Stop the edging.
Life wanted this. This was karma. Yeah, you hold
Life
on to
needs things to live.
That Lilo and Stitch doll.
but also edging.
Hey,
But also edging.
Peachy. Okay, you know what? Anne? Read the content warning. That's like the third time you made an edging joke. You have to read the content warning tonight.
Fine, I'll read the content warning. Let me pull it up. I totally have it pulled up.
While we're edging, you read that.
You both read it in tandem now. Both of you read it at the same time. Actually, like, out of morbid curiosity, I'd love to see if you can even like harmonize a little bit.
No, we can't.
Can you
no,
popcorn
we can't.
it? Like one of you read and then
through the internet? Probably not.
No,
popcorn,
it's
though.
because the lag wouldn't. So, which link is this? All of the tag.
All right, no, go ahead.
All of the pinned things.
All right, Anne.
Okay, wait, no, I have to.
I'm punishing Rory in other ways tonight, so you can read this.
Oh, God.
Sorry, hold on.
I'm gonna see you in like 2 weeks.
I have to get it. I have to get it out of my system real quick. Okay, I'm good.
Hi everyone. We haven't seen you.
When you said like I have to get it out of my system real quick, and he said I see you in 2 weeks, and the conversation was all punishing. You didn't get like a fantasy of me and like Michael being leather daddies together, did you? Like that's not what you had to get out of your system, is it? I'm not yucking any yums here, by the way. If you leather daddying, whatever y'all do with consenting adults.
I just don't know if I can deal with that at Gen Con.
Okay, full disclosure, that's not what I was thinking, but now that you put it out there in the universe, motherfucker.
I can't wear that much leather in 90-degree weather.
Fuck you.
Oh, that's when it's the best. It makes that noise. You really know you're in it then.
This reminds me of a conversation about leather couches.
Anyway, read that content warning before we have to.
Before we get further into the house.
I hate you guys.
Our content warning has become a checklist now. It's just like, all right, sexual content, blood.
The stream may contain edging references.
The following show takes place in the world of darkness and explores narratives of personal horror. The story is a work of fiction and is not official World of Darkness material. I'm so sorry. Many of the themes portrayed are from a place of empathy, but may be uncomfortable to some listeners. I am so sorry. Episodes may contain coarse language, sexual content, mental and emotional abuse, violence, mental illness, and blood. And did I mention sex? Yeah, that's the thing. Sorry. Listener discretion is advised. Portions of the materials are copyrights and trademarks of Paradox Interactive AB and are used with permission. All rights reserved. For more information, please visit worldofdarkness.com. Thank you for listening to or watching us here at Endless Elegy. Click like, subscribe, do all of the things. Follow, subscribe. By doing this, you will help support the show and get updates on when our next episode goes live. If you'd like to be a part of our community, join the Discord, because that's where we all hang out. Except for me, because I've been sleeping in. Check out the show notes.
You put on that hat, and then I had to be the one hugging plushies, because that's alarming.
Okay.
I was legally obligated to buy this today. It was $2.
Shithead. Affectionate.
Sometimes you just gotta be a shit.
Yeah. So speaking of being a shit, no.
It's so warm.
Let's do a player-based recap collectively if we could. I'd love to say keep it succinct, but we haven't played in a while, so like
And we're bad at that in general.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Bad in general.
We might have 4 neurodiverse humans all here with a problem of being verbose. Like, I don't know if anyone's caught on to that. It's why we all.
It's a whole thing.
Shit.
Okay, so like a month ago,
We
the last
got
time
a fight with First Light. It sucked real bad.
Mhm.
And then we had a meeting with Prince Peanut Butter and Jelly in a parking garage. That also
played
sucked real bad.
by our super metal,
Brilliantly
guest
played by
vampire friend, Joe
remember their
Nola
name, Joe.
Fanger on the Twitters.
That one.
Yo,
Well
that
done.
was so good for me. Yo, I had a little bit of like a nerd euphoria that day. That was
A
such a good
nerdgasm, you
time.
might say.
I wanted to do a violence
I
against the
am.
Prince. You know.
It wasn't. No, but nerdgasm implies there was some kind of sexual thing. It was more of just like euphoria.
Fair.
It was
Fair.
It's more of a euphoria. It felt good for me. I'm just mad that I did not beat the Prince in that one roll off. That felt so bad. We RP'd for 20 more minutes because of that, and I just felt really bad that it was taking up so much time. We were going back and forth.
It's all right. It's all right. I do think it's a great episode if you haven't like witnessed Endless Elegy until this point. I think that's a really good like recap episode. Like it's a really good episode to just like get all the shit hitting the fan. Like
Yeah.
so
Sasha used
vibes
her
on
words
everyone.
instead of a shotgun.
Yeah.
That was a good moment. I was proud of that.
In general, Sasha played expertly by Anne because it's just Anne's like darker extension of herself.
Sometimes
Look,
you have to
Sasha,
dark end yourself.
You know what? Listen, Sasha fucks a lot more than I do. That's kind of the sad part.
Read the content warning again.
Content warning.
Content warning.
I'm gonna. You see this like really?
No, listen. The content warning covers exactly what I
we
said.
need like we need a button that just flashes content warning on the screen.
What I'm gonna do is like I'm gonna this really emo like picture I got for $1 at a garage sale that like sits above me.
You bought that for $1.
I did buy that for $1. Nice RoboCop reference, by the way. I'm just gonna get something that says I'm just gonna put like whenever we stream, I'm gonna put like content warning, just like in a crayon, like on a big cardboard thing over it, and I'm gonna tap it. You know?
No, but like honestly, the content warning covers that.
I know it does. I'm just the rolling joke is the rolling joke is okay.
That's the joke.
That's the joke.
No, I'd be very serious, and I'm having a vulnerable moment.
But Sasha's dealing with the loss of one boyfriend already, which we have to get into some of the depth of that.
Where's the
1.5? And I bring that up to highlight the fact that Rory is putting his money where his mouth is in the most extreme and metal way possible. Like real talk. And would you like to maybe delve into or kind of recap what I mean by that?
Well, so in our delightful meeting with our so delightful Prince, there was some orders handed out, some boons offered, some touchstones invited to the meeting that maybe shouldn't have been invited to the meeting. Said touchstone was touched by magic and an angel, maybe more than one. Who knows? I don't want to yuck your yum. But yeah, so she was having a vision, and I decided to like try to ride that wave, be all what's happening to this girl, and then I embraced her.
She ended up running out sort of like the following night as we sort of like things settled down a little bit, and the coterie was to
trying to give her space,
make their preparation. Yeah, they're making their preparations to like deal with this first light problem, and so on and so forth, and trying to give her space.
And she ran to a nearby bridge. I chased her to said bridge. We had a fairly involved conversation about life and the 42s and all the good stuff. And she may not be feeling this whole being a goddamn vampire thing. And I'm like, legit, I feel bad for putting you in this position. It was sort of a spur of the moment. If I didn't do it, Ashley would have probably like literally bit my head off. So it happened. I feel real bad about it. And if she doesn't want to do it and she hates me for doing it and wants to kill me, well, them's the fucking breaks. I wrote this. I'm gonna cash this check I wrote.
I wish I could give you some sort of reward to
800 experience points
to convey how utterly impressed and moved. Look, I'll go with moved. I am by you as a player, your commitment to how much you like adore Rory as a character, and how you're so invested in the role and so hard line.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. Sorry, I accidentally pushed it.
There's your reward, sucker.
Yeah.
I guess what's Ashley Dame doing in all of this? That just like there's an abrupt. I'm sorry I wasn't paying enough attention to Ashley Dame, and she had to like through the ether ban the person who
get off this fucking Rory train. What do we do?
Rory's the main character.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rory is the main character.
For those who don't know, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to push it.
Would I kill the main character?
Yeah, you would.
Yes, if it was really appropriate and you felt it was,
Yeah, you would make the most people cry by killing the main
character.
It's a character he adores. We're approaching a year with these characters in one way or another. It'll be this fall, right? And the enticing thing is killing two of Sasha's boyfriends within like a week.
God damn it.
That would be delicious.
Can't keep a man for more than 15 years.
Well, it's more like the moment she fully realizes the depth of her love, that person has to be murdered,
She's cursed.
But like it's I don't know, it things have to be earned in the narrative, right? And RPGs are still, the G part is still in their games, and games should still be fun. And sometimes murder is fun. And and so I don't see any reason not to kill Rory. It's been earned. The player has made the decision. The character has made the decision, which is where two things align.
If there's something I'm good at, it's earning. Apparently, I earned like character love interest getting killed. So I guess that's good for me.
It makes there's such a clean narrative trajectory there. What it would do to the emotional core of the coterie.
I have a question for you. Define emotional core of the coterie.
What are you, Meth?
The one with the high humanity.
He is the highest.
Sorry, I was just trying to.
What is the if there is an emotional core, what's the opposite of the emotional core?
Is Ashley.
Yeah. So what?
Emotional
speaking of the opposite of emotional core, what was Ashley Dame doing?
Tell us about Ashley.
Ashley decided that she was going to go clean out her ex-husband's house. And get it ready to house a bunch of basement Nosferatu.
put everything he owned in the box to the left?
Yeah, found some really cool things. Found out that the La Sombra Primogen is currently not in Chicago and is in Milwaukee dealing with some crazy shit and might have been a pirate and Ashley might be into that.
Brown chicken,
Oh, yeah.
brown cat.
There is like possibly another kid that William embraced. I say kid as in like child or as an actual child, hopefully. Though she is locked in a haunted house in Milwaukee called St. Mary's, Mount St. Mary's. And it is basically a Lilith cult. Right. Oh, Tom Morris is dead. And William, come to find out, William is obsessed with the Anarch Revolt. Like, some people are obsessed with the American Civil War or World War II. Kind of weird.
It's a choice, is what it is.
Right.
Yeah, at some point you just
Interesting hobby.
What's been going on with Sasha?
apart from the dead boyfriend.
Oh, do we need to talk about that?
I think we should a little bit. Yeah, we gave the kind of zoomed out view, and now we're zooming in a little bit as we sort of settle back into the.
Sasha has
Stolen my gun.
borrowed. I was going to steal it, but you're like, I'm here. Why do you want it? She was gonna. She's had a new interest in being sneaky and stealthy. She is still dealing with the revelation of who her sire really is. She's decided to conceal her weapons underneath some very I don't even know what it was. Some very stylish I don't know, like evening wear, I guess. Like she's trying to play the part of, like an actual toreador and not like some knockoff bruja. So she's been trying to reintegrate herself into like toreador society, I guess. So she's been, and she straight up flat out lied to Annabelle at one point. Just straight up bold-faced lie. She's been pretending that she doesn't know anything about anything for the last however long amount of time as she's been trying to reintegrate into like toreador society and like socialize. If that's not a red flag, I don't know what is. But we're going with it.
They're gonna hate me.
Gonna?
Yeah.
You were going to finish your thought.
No, I was just gonna say like her bad reputation might be coming into play at some point. I don't know. I wasn't sure. Yeah. So what about hating you?
Why are we gonna hate you?
Who's in possession of the journal of JW's journal?
It's Ashley, probably, right?
Right.
Wait,
Or
I know
Rory.
Rory retrieved it.
It's in my room.
Nobody has it currently. Then.
Yeah.
No, it's not physically on anyone's person. Is anyone staying at the coterie house where the journal is this evening for this day sleep?
Ashley.
If I get to go home, then I'll be there.
Ashley, Sasha would probably be there once her business is done outside whatever toreador bullshit she's been doing. She probably.
Well, you were kind of gearing up for
so
toreador bullshit, but the sun was coming, right? And so you're sort of cued
Okay.
to.
Would it have been closer for her to go home to her personal haven?
You want to roll a luck check?
Remind me again how luck checks work.
Great D10.
Okay, let me find one that has numbers on it.
For those at home
All right.
in the audience, in chat gang, luck check is just a house rule. I have in literally everything I run. It's just a
Okay, I don't-
default die of the setting rolled, often a d20.
4.
4. God, I think your sort of back
Okay.
haven was closer in this case.
Okay.
Um,
In that
I
case,
viewed it in terms of luck. It's not necessarily a good thing that you're sleeping with the journal for what I have about to happen, but I view it
Yeah.
as unlucky from a player perspective to not have extra fun.
It's fine.
Fun.
I'm sure
And then
you'll
people
find
have to
ways.
pull out like a
I'm sure you'll-
Mephisto
I'm sure you'll-
translator, like when he says fun. Oh no.
I'm sure.
What is the JW journal?
Janet
Again?
Wicks's journal.
Janet,
Yeah,
Janet,
oh,
Janet.
that thing.
I'm sure you'll find some other fun for me later that I'm not
No,
going to
but it's
regret.
kind of like so you were heading home instead because it's just quicker, and you had a lot of preparation to get in order. You also have like a I don't know if like tomorrow night you plan on visiting the blues club first to talk with Dante, who's got like kind of an open invitation to speak with you at that club he's playing at. I think it was called like Blue Heaven or something
Yeah.
like that.
Which Sasha would probably send a text message to Rory like Blues Club tomorrow night as a reminder.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like that. And then Kiara's waiting for you back at that haven. Sort of like, did you fully embrace her yet, or is she still Gould? I'm sorry.
No, she's still just a ghoul.
She's
I'm
still
not.
Gould? Yeah, so she's kind of like preparing for like your day sleep and making sure that she, as ghouls tend to, like watch over the place when you're asleep and stuff like that. And so
I think
she's waiting for you there.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things where because she had that communication with Kiara's other dormitor, right? Like
Yeah.
the past guy.
Yeah, there was a pretty.
I forgot what it.
You dunked on
did you
them
name him?
pretty thoroughly. It was actually pretty great, but it turned out they were like a anti-tribu or anarch or something like that.
Oh yeah, no. There's some history there with a clash at the compound or something where.
Yeah, they were also at the
Quite
compound.
history.
Like it was like there was some stuff there, and it kind of dredged up. And they were like, I'm going to kill you or something like that, or like you stole my property, something along those lines. I'm like, I didn't steal crap. Like you lost it, you idiot. It was a really sick dunk. I recall.
No, I remember that.
There would be some narrative parody there or harmony there if Kiara is waiting for you when you get back to your haven. I think.
I mean, there's a conversation Sasha would like to have with Kiara at some point, but it's not important right now. If you're something you want to get to.
No. I think this is going to bookend something nicely. So you speak with her and then you send the text. I think that'll, like before you go to bed, and So rough night, she says as you kind of like come in.
Is Sasha covered in like dried up blood?
Oh yeah, like you're still like half caked in blood. You've like you changed, as I recall, like a little bit, but you were getting like some weapons.
I just threw Roy's sweatshirt over it.
Yeah, and you're just like, you've got Rory's sweatshirt, but like the way that like the blood sort of cakes to the sort of like the where your hair sort of pulls back.
Oh wait, no,
and
this.
That was the previous night.
That was the previous.
Oh no,
it's the night later, yeah, because you had to like.
Oh, okay. So in that case, I'm in a really nice cocktail dress.
Yeah.
With a hidden pistol somewhere.
Hidden pistol and
in the thigh holster or something, and she says, you know what?
Instead of rough night, she says long night, given the proximity to dawn.
Just best night I've had in a long time. And then she starts like undoing her thigh holster. I have a question. So in terms of the role that I did in general for reintegration into Toyota society, how well would you say that went putting into play her bad girl reputation? Like,
Yeah, it was like that's what it was. You spent the sort of night like reseeding the ground, and we kind of hand waved a little
yeah,
bit to like ROLL playing instead of ROLE playing to sort of set up some things. Um,
yeah,
yeah, you pissed a few people off, but like honestly, in a way, it like preserved your cover, right? It definitely was a homecoming though. Like it felt a little bit like a high school reunion where like you came in and like the bitch is back sort of vibes to it. Um but like it was also successful. Like you ruffled some feathers, but you also impressed some people too. Like you kind of reminded them that like I was
I
Annabelle,
exist.
like Annabelle liked me for a reason, not the
I get
secret
shit done.
reasons, the secret reasons notwithstanding. Like Annabelle liked having like me around to having some
I get
Bruja that can throw. Sorry, having some Torador that can throw down with the Bruja can be a lot of. There's an asset in that, and to buck the reputation that Torador like just sycophants who throw parties and stuff like that, like there's a power in that too. And so it was you had some like in terms of the dice, you had some mixed results, but you
Yeah, it was
also
yeah.
have some flaws and advantages that you have some advantages that come into play as well. So it's quite frankly, I would just say
I'm breaking even.
no, I'm
No?
going to say that you sowed the seeds perfectly. What you reap and what you harvest, that is yet to be seen.
And I think like Sasha looks at Kiara and says, I've gotten word from your former dormitor recently. He seemed really upset about losing you. And she just like starts undoing her thigh holster,
Yeah,
putting
she's like
stuff
helping
away.
you on like taking
Yeah,
the articles as you like sort of pass them to her or whatever.
like her
Making sure the
crop
blackout drapes
jacket.
are double checking the
Yeah.
blackout drapes and stuff like that. So she's doing her ghoulish stuff, but it
So
really has this in at max bond level, max school level. Um,
what were you? So
she has this very like it's almost like this hunt more of a honeydew style like helping helping like a very close
like a
friend or girlfriend get ready
yeah
for bed type, like it's very
y-
intimate,
yeah,
and
and
she's
then she starts explaining like meeting up or getting word from this guy and just says, you know, seemed really mad in his message, but I wanted to know from you, like, what was it like under that guy?
it started out collaborative. I'll put it in not to speak in metaphors, but music's always been more of a first language to me than actually speaking with folk. It was like it started out as a collaborative effort, but then all the things he liked about me and kept me around for, all the things that he said helped him sing, he drowned out over time. Like I wasn't even a backup singer anymore.
And what if I told you that I would be willing to give you your full voice? no strings attached.
What do you mean?
Well, I was under the impression that he would be coming for you at some point. Now, I'm not going to do anything that wouldn't be amenable to, but no.
She like.
What if?
Go ahead.
No. What if I gave you the means to stand on your own 2 feet?
Did you actually like end up like with in one of Rory's hoodies by the evening? Like, didn't need to be like blood soaked.
No. This I misremembered. I forgot. That
Okay,
there was
no,
a time.
it's kind of the beats are blurring together into like one long night. Yeah. No, she's
There's
like
probably one of
she's like
Rory's
folding up
sweatshirts
your
lying
dress or
around.
something like that, or hanging
Yeah.
it nicely, you know, and she kind of looks back at you. What do you mean?
I wouldn't do it unless you really wanted me to, but have you considered adopting the full kindred experience?
If I can speak my mind,
Absolutely.
I think I'm more used to you if I'm not like fully.
Sure. Okay. We don't have to do it. It was just an option. But, you know, in the short amount of time that we've had this collaboration, you know that I tend to be very hands off anyway, you know? I'm all about preserving your voice and letting you do your thing. But I also feel like it's my responsibility to look out for you, especially against a former dormitor who was so careless and ended up losing you to first light.
She kind of puts a hand on the sort of like back of your arm and then like quickly pulls it away. Like, you kind of started out that way even before the blood got involved, she says, protecting me, looking out for me. A kindness I haven't really known from a lot of people in this life or any other. It's hard out here in Chicago. Starving artist, fucking all the other shit I've had to go through.
Trust me, I understand.
Hard to let the guard down, but you just make it easy.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily a good thing that I do that. And she looks like Kiara doesn't really need, it's very obvious to anyone who would look at her that she looks a little sad and kind of is thinking about something.
Enough about my silly issues. You got plenty on your mind, obviously. He says, the sun's coming anyway. We got to get you.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I just wanted to bring that up as an option. I could, beyond the blood and everything that is presently in place, I can give you I can give you access to the same power I have access to, and the night could be yours at your own free will, independently of me, if that's what you would want.
I mean, I'll keep it in mind, but right now I feel like I still got a lot to do during the day. Not just helping you, but
I appreciate you so much for that. I need you to know that, and I just wanted to give you a heads up of what might be coming, and it might be very violent if he is motivated enough to come for you.
I'm sure we'll have to figure it out. But dawn's coming, and you can feel the day sleep pulling on you, as all kindred do.
And at that point, she's just like, tomorrow, remind me that I have a thing tomorrow. And she just kind of like in her sleepwear drags herself to her bed and just like in the covers.
You send that text message to Rory, right, you know, as like kind of the last act of the evening. Taking a note, sorry.
Yes.
Sasha, who can feel the day repulsing her blood a little stronger than other kindred, as she's lived the life a little bit longer and her beast has been active more strongly than some other kindred for a longer period of time. She's probably since retired before even Sasha. However, her activities of the night had, you know, their own sort of rhythm to them. And sort of simultaneously to your conversation and last dealings of gearing up, Ashley has retired to the coterie house.
Which is just her house.
Right, right. Hang on a second. I'm going to complete my ritual here. Vancouver by night shows up, says, vampires. Then I say, Canadians. It's the whole thing. All right.
Real Canadians.
Real Canadians. No, there's a show I'd watch. I think a lot of those Nicktoons were like made by Canadian creators anyway. Your own house is rather quiet, dragging your memories back in time a little bit to a time before you were charged with these fledglings and helping them find their way through Chicago's nights, right? Called it a coterie, right? But you knew what it was: babysitting. And you find the place particularly quiet this evening, as you know, daybreak is around the corner somewhere, and Sam 3 isn't particularly like loud. Actually, he's pretty good at being rather inconspicuous, and he's long since done the evenings, like ending chores, drawn you a bath, made sure you've been brought a fresh allotment of or what is it called, nightcap to choose from, like a couple of people that might have struck your fancy throughout the previous week's dealings, venture social circles or whatever. Something that really appeals to the palate, but a light bite.
I think for flavor, what would Anthony have gone for?
Anthony liked troubled artist sorts. This is the kind of guy who as a Ventru, well, to speak plainly, he enjoyed like sociopaths and psychopaths.
Yeah.
Especially ones that basically Patrick Bateman, that was his jam. He just day traders and day traders who moonlighted as a DJ or something, who they made something in, was it Pro Tools or whatever, on Apple, that basically accidentally makes music for you.
Did he like Tech Bros?
Tech Bros. He liked Tech Bros. Well, no, not quite Tech Bros, because I know that's exclusionary for you. No, he liked white collar, erudites or socialites who when they weren't making money day trading and basically being legal criminals, on a mass scale had their like crappy hobby band or crappy hobby painting or like that kind of. This is an exact person. Everyone knows who this is. Knows this person.
So real.
I think Ashley recently has had that urge, as it were. So I think Ashley, after basically consuming Anthony's soul.
Yeah. So like Sam found the request you phoned in earlier this evening a bit odd, but didn't question it. And he do I need to turn myself down? I'm hearing myself. Testing. Nope. Better. He found it a bit odd, but he lined up some ones and like you maybe even like really coldly even maybe just picked them based on their photo, instead of like Tumblr or something or what's the dating app called? It's Tumblr, right?
Oh, like
where you
like
swipe
Tinder,
left or right?
not Tumblr.
Sorry, Tinder. Sorry, like Tinder. It's like I don't know.
Tumblr is probably a dating app.
Swiping.
Bludder, Fanger. I don't know. Like a very cold version of it, and you're like that one, number 2, and you picked it, and the guy. I'm not going to role play the whole scene, but like I'm gonna give people a taste of like how the conversation begins. He's like, so did you want some stock tips or did you want to hear my band? Like, and that's how the conversation begins. Like, are we doing this type thing? And he's like, I'm sorry, are you a groupie or were you here for stock tips? It was one of those sort of course you're here for both. Everyone is. And he's just yeah.
And then it's just fucking I think as soon as he says some shit like that, Ashley's like mesmerized. Like it makes him mesmerized by her and just
Yeah, and
lingering kiss, cloud memory, get the fuck out.
Right. And,
mesmerized, lingering kiss, pa 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 pa.
Yeah, don't forget to leave a review on Spotify. It's just like as his memories fade within himself, type thing. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our show here on whatever you're listening on. Pow, got there. I
there you go.
Right now for that one. All right, and then so he as you let the day sleep come maybe a little bit early, as it often does for Ashley Dame. She does, after all,
an old lady.
Yeah, she requires her beauty
100 and something.
Yeah, she requires her beauty sleep more than some others, some of these youngins. We all hear this sort of like crimping and fluttering noise, and our gaze is pulled through, brick wall and wood shelf to a leather-bound sketchbook that's found its way onto the floor underneath Rory's bed elsewhere in the haven. It flutters and lays open on a page. Ashley Dame. The evening and the previous week fades like a dream to her as she finds herself sitting in sort of like 1980s, like Wall Street boom, sort of swanky, what would have been considered swanky restaurant of the time. Men in suits with the big shoulder pads, things like that. Just gaudy, ostentatious crystalware all around. She's sitting there and kind of shakes her head from whatever fleeting memory of a weird daydream she had about vampires and princes and blood, so much blood, as she stares down a Chardonnay and a stuffed lamb chop. Across from her sits her husband William, and he's talking about how he had a great time golfing in Wales with some of the boys from the old country he used to, and he's boring you with conversation of that while numbers dance in your head of keeping his business afloat with the money your mother lent you. And this mundane life of a mundane, though very rich socialite feels real to you. No whisper of a beast pulling at your conscience, no thirst for blood of all the wait staff moving and buzzing around you. It's weirdly quiet, weirdly lacking in scent. Like, yeah, you smell the dinner before you swirl your Chardonnay, you smell it, but you don't smell these other things you half expect to smell, like the waiter's sweat on the glass as he handed it to you, like you almost expected you would. You don't hear the pumping of William's veins or that woman next to you. You can't smell anything but her, Chanel number 5 that she just dumped on, and it's drowning out everything else. You feel like you should be able to smell something else. Like, every sense you have in this place, you keep feeling like there's supposed to be something more, and then you find it alarming, comforting. No. Something else feels off about how every sensation is stunted or blunt or lacking in something else for you. And your very busy days are draining, and you just wish you were sleeping now instead of listening to Williams. But you do have the opera to get to after this, some traveling Russian affair that's been, at the very, very top of the arts and lifestyle section of all the papers for a while. For the Chicago Sun-Times has particularly highly rated it, right? And something wrong. You have hardly touched your lamb chop. That cost me a fair penny.
Didn't cost you anything, William.
Oh, come on, love, not with this. Again, what's yours is mine. What's ours is ours.
Ours
Brother
is my
Scott.
mother's.
He kind of shakes it. Oh, how is the old crone doing these days? Enjoying retirement in Florida, no doubt.
What? You're dead.
No. Quite alive. Just had my yearly. Said I was healthier than I was in my 20s. Can you imagine? His thick British accent that I cannot pull off. But everyone, please hear a thick British accent from this. If I start to do a British accent, I'll just sound Australian, and then I'll start to sound. It gets bad.
Bogan. Yeah,
it gets real bad quick. Darling. No, maybe get there, darling. Healthier than I was in my 20s. Can't get there. Sorry.
No, What are you?
Dear, can we not do this tonight? Not again. Yes,
We-
you're not happy, but you know the prenuptials don't favor you. My brother was a very good lawyer indeed. So, again, appearances, they're everything in our world, darling. Don't do this. Not here, not now. Eat your supper. The waiter bumps into you. You see his face. At first, it was one of those, he's sort of plain, the sort of everyman, like the kind of person you see everywhere. And then you kind of get this feeling like he looks like the everyman because you should know him. And to our mind's eye, we see Sam 3. To Ashley's eyes right now, you feel like you should recognize this waiter, but you don't. You see, he's got his little name tag, and it says, like Samuel. Like, oh God, this must have been the third waiter this night.
Can I roll a parapsychology? Like an occult seer woman?
Not with your specialty, but I will allow the occult roll.
Okay. Occult.
I will. Besides that, I
intelligence?
would. Yes, occult intelligence, and besides that, I would like a willpower roll.
Roll for Squick.
Willpower. Great. Okay. Cool. All right. So it's just all of the. So just 4, right? Because that's all I have.
The willpower.
Yeah. That's 3.
All right. Roll your occult.
Wits occult, intelligence occult.
Intelligence occult.
Okay.
Though I do like the notion of wits occult, but no, it's intelligence occult. Why is this blinking?
Do I want to rouse the blood?
Oh hell yeah! The vintage 80s like
Yeah.
so
LeMay.
look like a flamingo.
I'm gonna rouse the blood to get 3 more
No.
dice.
You attempt. No, your blood. You Ashley, you go to like sort of concentrate and focus on your vitae, on this blood within yourself, and you only find yourself getting a little flush from all that Chardonnay. You feel the warmth in your cheeks, and you kind of smell, taste things, and just like your blood doesn't stir in any. What are you? Are you losing it? Rouse your blood?
1.
Something is definitely off. That strange dream. Maybe you're reading too much Anne Rice or something.
Not Anne Rice.
Poppy Z. Bright. Do you prefer that reference? I don't know when Poppy.
No. She'd probably read some Anne Rice.
His interview with the vampire was 1976. So yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you read too much Anne Rice, and it's just maybe you're overworked. Vampires and blood. God, of course you would slip into some sort of weird daydream about all that when William goes off on another golfing trip. Like highlights reel for you. You can't think of anything more boring than golf. It is as your waiter sort of moves out of your peripheral vision, the sort of clanking and rattling of silverware and crystal and stuff like that goes silent. The sort of steady hum of, 50 or so voices in this, swanky restaurant that will no doubt close down in a couple weeks so that the next one can take its place. But everyone has their, gets to say that they went to it and it was so nice, and then they get to exaggerate it, as these places tend to go. They all sort of like blur into almost more of like a natural sound, like almost the more you focus on the just voices just sort of trying to like pick out other conversations, the more indistinct they seem to become, to where it's like almost listening to like locusts or cicadas chirping in the woods or something, and then it just starts to distort and break down a little bit, and then your eyes catch the gaze of somebody dressed completely out of time and place, directly sort of off in the corner beyond William's shoulder. He's dressed like a mortician and wearing a great sort of like pipe hat. Not as grand as certain presidential presidents of the past, but from the Chicago area, mind you. But more, practical for what would have been the dress this person's emulating, this sort of, turn of the century mortician look, right? You can't make out his face no matter what you try to do. It's just the shadows, the corner he's in, one of the light bulbs happens to be out in that corner, and he's wearing his hat, which is quite the faux pas, so quite the breach of etiquette, quite thoroughly, to wear your hat at a dinner table like this. And despite not being able to see his face, you can feel his gaze directly upon you.
Ashley's gonna get up and go towards.
William says something that sounds something like, what? You don't like this dinner either, or something along those lines, or you have such particular tastes, is something like you have such particular tastes. It sounds like he says something like that, but the more you try to like place the words together in your mind, the more alien they sound, and you just mid stride just can't hold on to what the hell it is he said to you. Something snide, though. You walk past him.
And towards the like the person with the unshowable face.
As you try to make your way closer to him, it's like waitstaff just kind of keep coming from out of nowhere. Like, this place just suddenly feels very crowded, almost like a dance floor. The music from some live, 3-string, or no, it'd be a quartet, from a live quartet is getting loud, almost as if being broadcast through a speaker that must be directly above you, drowning out the chirping locusts all around you, right? And as you sort of make your way through this crowd, you just keep getting bumped by people, and then every step feels like your shoes are suddenly very heavy, and you can see him still. He is getting closer. One of the waiters bumps you. "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am." And you get this sense of deja vu as you read the name tag Samuel, and he starts to mop up a bunch of Chardonnay off the floor in front of you. Chardonnay shouldn't be red, though. "Sorry, ma'am." And then he gets up. Oh, no, he always said miss. "Sorry, miss," he says. And then he continues past. His voice is very familiar, but you sort of lose him in the crowd as you walk past him. And a body moves in front of your gaze where he should be, and then there's nothing and nobody there, as if this Samuel waiter had never bumped you to begin with. You're feeling very faint. You feel like you
Just
might lose
push through it.
You feel like you might lose consciousness before you make it to this man. You will
Push
yourself.
through. Yeah.
And you sort of land at the far side of his table. He sits there cutting, surreptitiously cutting at what must be a piece of filet mignon, and slowly, dragging his steak knife through it as it sort of scratches along the bottom of the crystal plate, once again breaching etiquette. And the table seems long, like an obstacle, like something Alice must have overcome meeting the Mad Hatter.
What are you? What is this?
Your gaze settles on his teeth, all that you can make out from underneath the shadow of his cap. He pulls a bloody rare steak, practically black and blue, the bite into his mouth, and he's all teeth as he chews it. You know who I am.
Is there a way to remember? Like
intelligence just
awareness?
Static Man pops into your head.
Oh yeah, I figured, but I wasn't.
Oh no, like actually, you don't have to roll. Like actually, that is clear here. In fact, it's the only clear thing. You don't know why you know this man is the Static Man. You're not seeing the scribbles on the eyes or any of the telltale signs of him in his other encounters with him. This is the most like a man he has seemed, apart from just having just a very toothy chew and a face cloaked in shadow. He's still tall, but proportionally tall. He always had that sort of thing going on where his proportions just didn't make sense for how tall he is. But he's just a very tall, kind of awkward man in terms of like he's just a little too big for the seat he's in, and it's not like messing with your sense of reality, but you definitely know this is the Static Man. You don't know why you know that. And by this time, your knowledge of Ashley Dame, the vampire in Chicago, born, at the turn of the century and living a life in the shadows for 100 years, being an assassin, that has all faded. The way a dream does when you get out of bed, especially the dreams you try to hold on to the hardest. It's like the minute your feet touch the floor, every bit of that dream is gone. And by the time you're like rushing out the door and getting into your car, and by the time the rush of the day hits, you can't even remember that Ashley Dame is gone. You're not certain why you know. This reality, this 1980s debutante, like, kept woman, quote unquote, like, you're starting to have memories of it. The wedding. Like, where you're in a dream and you're supposed to go, like, well, how did I get here? And start to think through and to figure out if you're in a dream. That shit's all syncing up. And every time one of those memories connects to another memory as you search for why you know the Static Man, your heart feels this tremble.
Stop. Stop it. Stop. Don't. What do you want?
To be free.
Okay.
But this isn't about me. This is about you. He drags the knife across the plate again.
Stop. No. What?
His teeth pluck the meat. Nobody chews a steak like this using their like front teeth to like rip it off. It's like a T-Rex, like this is what a predator does tearing scraps of flesh from a carcass.
You're a fairy. Yes. In the basest sense.
I'm a man enjoying a dinner.
You're not a man. A man wouldn't be wearing that. A man wouldn't be eating like that. A man wouldn't be doing all the things that you're doing.
And what is it?
You are not a man.
What is it I'm doing, Mrs. Williams? Right? You'd be Williams in this reality, would you not?
Yeah.
You're doing this.
But you're here. What do you want? You want to be free.
To be free, yes.
Do you want to go back to your world?
You don't grasp what is going on, Mrs. Williams.
Then tell me what's going on.
This is your world.
This is not my world. I know it's not. I can feel it. It's
one of them. A world of yours that could have been, or might be.
I don't want it to be. I want it to go back.
Oh, how many of us wake up and don't want our world to be our world, but that is the way of things. I was pulled into this mundanity with you. You keep me here. Imagine how
he's dead,
you
though,
feel.
right? The person who brought you here.
If you capture a panther, if you kill the poacher who captures a panther, is the panther free suddenly? Or is it still in a cage if you don't unlock it?
There was something I wanted to ask you. To ask your people for help with something.
Here, this is your world.
Then I want it to be the other one. The one that feels like a dream. It feels like a book, like a television show.
Don't we all want that? Don't we all? Or at least, don't you all? How many of in your position, wake up each day 9 to 5, put on a dress, what shoes to wear with it, go,
It's not real.
come
No.
home, breed, procreate, and die and wither?
If I agree to help you, can you guide me back?
Well, a prisoner makes a terrible guide, Mrs. Williams.
But a prisoner is still the best person because they're observant, especially ones who want to escape, right?
This isn't my reality, Mrs. Williams. This is yours.
Then I want to wake up. I want to try to like grasp at any of like the ways that she would be able to like grasp at her disciplines, like kind of like try to like will it, like just try to will herself awake, even if it's like the middle of the day. I think like there's, I don't know, she's gonna try to just grasp at something to wake herself up.
Okay. Ashley, well, why don't you describe to me what this might be? Like what?
It's her nightmare. This is her nightmare. Anything to deal with William. She might have loved him at one point, but like this is a nightmare to her to be
As
his.
if completing a thought, Ashley Williams is herself rambling through in a very meta sense. This is her nightmare. This is my nightmare. She almost thinks. And he goes, indeed, reality is a nightmare for so many.
But this isn't my reality.
One of them, sure, it is. Sure.
But this isn't the one that I'm bound to right now.
Well, that is the question.
That's...
How does one alter their reality? Or
by
create,
waking the fuck up.
or create new ones, for that matter. And you don't remember when you sat down at the table with him, but you find you just like, I'm sitting, and there is
She's gonna grab the knife.
I was gonna say there's like a cloche in front of you, and
No.
then there's a piece of paper and a pen. There's a notebook and a pen, and they're both sort of like equidistantly placed in front of you.
She's gonna open the cloche.
You get a flash of William's head, and like it jars you like full ass jump scare style, right? Boom, and then it's this fillet sitting on like a bed of like over like of like on an overly garnished plate, as things would have been in the 80s. You know, too much parsley. There's some fucking lettuce for some reason, and a radish. You know, just like.
She's gonna grab the knife from the Slender Man, basically, and from the Static Man.
Well, you have your own cutlery.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Okay, then she's gonna pick up a knife, stab her hand.
The pain is cold and piercing. This
twist.
You scream. Waitstaff rushes over to you. Your blood pools on the steak. It stains the off-white tablecloth. It sort of ripples through it in out in like a tapestry, almost like it's making its own little gory tie-dye. You twist. You are in agony.
Pull up. Stab again.
You, at this point, have doubled down to your knees, the shock and the pain, and a throbbing white pain begins to crowd the sides of your vision. You can feel your heart beating, and you can feel the blood pumping into your hand, violently escaping your body, and the sort of shock that might set in with this.
Wake up, you stupid bitch.
And you're sort of, you think you said that? You're screaming that as like waitstaff and stuff begin like lifting you up and pulling you away from the table and the knife. And you're staring at the Static Man, who has since like sort of looked up, and like his hat has actually, like, for once, that sort of white of your vision almost sort of like seems to light his face in a weird way, sort of like it's the vision is it's blurring and crowding out. It's like when you like, you know, do that the blood in the sink trick, right? Except with this guy's face. And he you see where his eyes should be. There are none. Just hollow sockets. And we will come back to Ashley Williams
Yay.
later.
Oh boy.
We find
Oh,
ourselves
my
staring at
God.
a text message on Rory's phone as he sits sitting beside, like, how paint me a
We
picture with
were
if you would
like kicky legs off the bridge, just next to each other,
Mm-hmm.
probably 6 inches apart.
Okay.
Close but not close. If she wants to be closer, she can, but I'm not gonna.
She's reached over to hold your hand, right?
Oh.
Like, and this isn't necessarily. It's this is to have someone there.
Yeah.
And we're gonna take a real quick break.
All right.
Real quick intermission. Gotta edge them a little bit longer.
You suck.
Edging.
longer. Nope.
Stop it.
No, I want you to tell
Leave
me
it
what
out.
this final text message is.
No,
that you,
I'm kidding.
the final text messages that you constructed
Yeah.
for Rory, that he's like, so he's holding, or
Goodbye.
the hand, and he pulls
No,
out his
it's-
phone and he checks the text
What
message.
was her name again? God damn it.
Oh, her name is
Libby.
Elizabeth,
Elizabeth.
Dame Adams, or
Libby.
Beth, or Libby.
I think she preferred Libby. That was, if I remember correctly.
No, I just threw it out there. I don't remember if that was a thing that actually became canon. Yeah, I think the last message that there's a couple of messages that come in, just like, don't forget we're going to the blues club tomorrow night, or like, gonna talk to
Unfulfilled plans. Good one to.
yeah, or like
Don't forget
what-
we're going to
or
Blues
like
Club
just-
tomorrow night. Ooh, yeah.
yeah,
As you twist the emotional dagger, we see Ashley twisting a real knife anyway.
yeah, or pictures of outfits she might wear. I don't know. Just like, it's very like, if you took the time to look at it, you would be like, okay, this is weird even for Sasha. But it's just, like, it's about the plans for the next night, basically.
Yeah, like Libby recognizes Rory looking at these like plans that he won't get to fulfill if he goes through with this, and she kind of sees you, lingering on like, a text message and maybe like even like a heart emoji or something like that from Sasha, if she is one to send heart emojis. I think I might be paraphrasing a little bit. And she's like, "Are you sure?"
Well, I guess I was supposed to have a date tomorrow night, but I mean, the real question is, are you sure? And I'm just gonna reply, just in case I can't make it, never forget you were loved. And send, and then turn the phone off.
Your phone vibrates like on your like nightstand or whatever. Sasha, so like, yeah, you can.
Is there? Okay, it's like actually pretty close to.
It's getting real close to dawn. We're talking like moments, like minutes.
Okay, so I
maybe
wouldn't
half an
have
hour,
time to. I wouldn't have time to look at this and be like, okay, this is weird.
Well, you'd have time to be like, this is weird, but like you're not exactly hopping on your motorcycle to track him down.
No, it's
This
not
is
what
strange.
it's not. No, that's not what I was thinking.
Oh, what are you thinking?
How difficult would it be to do a shared assensus with someone you can't and doesn't currently have any fresh blood of yours in their system?
I'll give you, because your intimate
Because I'm-
relationship with him, I'll give you a snowball's chance in hell. Roll the
Sure,
dice.
I'll take it. I'm gonna
Roll for snowballs.
roll for snowballs. Okay, wait. All right, you know what? I'm gonna rouse the blood for this.
Although I don't think you want to be sharing the census of somebody when they fucking die. That might be one. That might be really bad, but not that Sasha knows.
Sasha doesn't know.
No.
Fuck you. I also roused the blood successfully.
Sasha
so
doesn't
that's three more
know. Sasha
dies.
doesn't know. Don't
Oh
tell
my
Sasha.
God, fuck
Sasha doesn't
you.
know.
I secretly
Okay, wait.
love
What
that
was
movie,
the
by the
pool
way.
for?
Fucking
No, it's a great movie. I just don't remember what the
Club
pool
Bonder
is
sex.
for. What is the pool? God damn it! What is the pool for
I
shared
got
census?
you. I got you. I got you. I think I got you. Is it core? Is it player's guide or
It's
is it core book?
It's in core.
Core?
It's in core.
Okay.
I just remember what
Aspects.
it's core aspect.
See, I didn't
just
even
don't
open up my
remember.
books for tonight. That's how chill of a session I knew this was going to be.
Resolve aspects.
Oh, resolve aspects. Great. One,
Plus,
two,
plus,
three.
if you have a blood potency of 2, you get 1. Or
Oh right, shit. Okay, that's a Hold on, wait. I know how to numbers. Resolve. Wait, that's 3 dots in resolve plus the 3 dice. What was the thing for my blood potency again?
If you have a
Sorry,
2
words.
blood potency of, you can add your blood potency to your dice pool. Basically, if it's
Oh, I
for
can. I can do that
active
now.
disciplines, you add your blood potency to.
Oh wait, is that the power bonus? Is that what that is? Power bonus?
Actually,
Is
yeah.
that-
Yeah.
Okay.
So you might have 2, you might have 1, like it.
Oh,
Such a
okay.
skill specimen. You can spend some willpower to re-roll some dice too.
I have a question.
Yes.
When you say no chance in hell, a chance in
Snowball
hell,
chance.
Snowballs.
snowball chance in hell. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna spend a willpower just to see how well this goes.
Run up the
Because
floor.
YOLO willpower.
This
Wait.
is I might not
How
allow
many
this, to do this always, but given the circumstances, like,
Look, I'm just curious, okay? Like, I want to see if it would work. Okay, so I
I
have
want this to fly. She gets this startling text message, and like, as dawn's coming, like, what the fuck does he mean? Like, and then she reaches out through his senses and stuff like that. Makes sense.
Okay, that
totally true.
is 6 successes, no crits. Messy critical. There's a no, wait, it's not a crit. It's just the one messy critical symbol. Never
Yeah,
mind.
you would need
wait,
2.
no, wait, I have 2 of them. Never mind. Wait, it is a messy critical. 6 successes with messy critical. I was like, wait,
It would
I don't know how to do vampire
7.
dice.
It'd be 2 of them become
7.
4.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. No, it's
If
7.
you have 2 of them,
7.
then it becomes 4 plus your existing 5, 6,
Oh, plus 4?
9 successes.
9. Oh shit!
9 or 8 or 9,
Wow.
something like that. I'm sorry, I can't math.
No,
right.
it's
It's like 8 or 9.
So you had 2 crit
Oh.
dice.
Yeah,
and
because
then
no.
Four.
Oh,
any
I had 2
regular-
crit dice. It's
plus your
2
existing.
successes, right?
which is 4. That becomes
Four?
4. Then how
Yeah.
many other?
Okay, then it's 9 successes.
Okay.
I expect 9
That
successes
tracks.
to jump. Okay.
Not bad.
I'll allow it.
Yeah. Also, when I go into day sleep, I get my willpower back, right? When I
Not
sleep
this
through this.
willpower. No, it turns
No,
out.
no, not
it,
this one.
Oh,
like-
you were fully
Sure,
restored.
after
Part of the
day.
reason- yeah, you were fully restored. Next session, even if we do like it's the next
Yeah.
night, you will be missing this one.
I will be
willpower, by the way.
missing.
I would like
Okay,
for there to
just
be
the one.
consequences
No, it's fine.
hanging around. For
No,
me.
it's fine. It's fine. I just wanted clarification.
It turns
Okay,
out that you
9.
get your willpower back at the beginning of day sleep, so you just used it right now. Hey, no.
Well,
It's more about narrative consequences. So you
YOLO.
see Rory's eyes staring at his phone as he's powering it down. Okay, you don't see his eyes. You're seeing through his.
No, seeing through his eyes. I
Yeah,
also
that was a
can
horrible
hear-
misspeak. That would be really weird. And you can hear, and you hear Libby say, "Are you sure? Looks like you have some. It looks like you have plans," type thing. And he says, you don't have to go through this, what he just said. And she goes, "Unlike you, I don't have any plans. I had them, and that all went away with what you took from me."
I know.
You see the beginning, sort of fingers of fire begin to tear at the night sky as the sun works its way up over Lake Michigan. Rory's eyes, just from his condition, he can remember the pain of his mortal life staring at the sun. And Sasha, in her bed, addled with fatigue and exhaustion as only kindred can be. Your blood and your beast need the darkness, right? They need to let the darkness come today, and you fight it off, watching what is essentially a waking nightmare for you. You can see the fireball.
What do I even do?
What do I roll to feel Sasha?
Oh yeah, you can resist the shared senses. You could kick her
same,
out of
the
your
same as
brain.
resist the shared census is what I'll allow you to roll. And
It's
you rolled a 9. I'm going to
it's-
make difficulty 6 for you. Because nice.
Hold on,
Get rid of
it's
unwanted, wits resolve.
Yeah,
Actually,
it's,
it's
wits
opposed
resolve.
at this point. Wits resolve versus wits resolve.
Is it?
I'm
Do I
just
have to
gonna let
roll
I'm
against
just gonna let you
Or
roll your
difficulty
wits
six,
resolve. I'm just gonna let
Yeah.
you roll your wits resolve because this isn't like resisting her. Resisting her would be kicking her out. This is the
Yeah.
feel her there. So I'm gonna let you roll your wits resolve at a difficulty 6.
Resolve is 5. Let's rouse for what might be the
What-
last time.
What is this fresh hell? Okay, it's fine.
I'm gonna die at hunger 4.
Oh fuck! What is this fresh hell, Andrew?
Welcome to Vampire.
It's fine.
Welcome
I'm
to one
carb
of
loading.
my games.
I've been here for a year. Fuck you.
And you keep coming back. You fool.
All I've got is my carbs to comfort me.
Well, not a lot I can do about that. That is 3 bestial failure.
Oh. Guys.
Your beast in your sort of like you're probing around, like you can feel almost something like kind of scratching at your behind your eyes or in your chest or ears or something like that, and your beast is like, stubborn asshole, god damn it, cuz. And then Sasha, you hear his beast go, you don't want to be here for this, sweetheart. And you get like shunted out of the census.
Oh, he yeets me out. The motherfucker yeets me out. I have a question. When I
Wow.
look at when I was there briefly through his senses, can I tell what
Oh yeah, it's
location
like
he's at?
it's a bridge. You know the bridge. You know, like.
Can I emergency kick Kiara out of bed, or did she leave the apartment?
No, you're hopeless. You're helpless. You're. It's like sleep paralysis. It's like waking up in a sleep paralysis right now. And
If
you're.
you had a 9 humanity, you know.
No, that's why I'm letting her
Fuck you-
stay up this
Fuck you,
late
I'm at
into
7
it.
humanity.
Oh,
I'm at 7 humanity.
yeah.
I'm
I'm
not,
letting
like,
you. Like
I'm
higher
not-
humanity tends to mean you can resist the day sleep one way or
Yeah.
the other. You know, is kind
Oh
of.
well, I had 8 humanity.
And
one
7
point.
is like a good amount. So I'm letting her kind of fight it off for longer because 1, narratively cooler, and 2, she has a high
Oh, yeah.
humanity.
I'm just rubbing in my high humanity.
No, it's good. You one last time.
I'm so
Yeah.
fucked.
You earned that.
I earned getting fucked in the fields.
So like Sasha is essentially in this like harsh realization, like sleep paralysis mode of having to partially feel and witness this first and last sunrise for Rory Teague. And as you can feel your flesh begin to peel away, starting.
I'm gonna turn like mind's eye like into my beast and look. Thank you for that.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you too.
You
Good
can-
job, kid.
Fuck you, cousin.
She begins sobbing. You can feel the fire, sweet, sweet Daystar fire tearing, beginning at your boots and legs. And then you hear, God fucking damn it, Rory, in a familiar voice. And he is tackled to the ground with a body bag draped over both him and a.
What the fuck?
You feel the strong physique of Rebecca pinning you down. Are you fucking stupid? And we will call it there.
We finally get Rebecca. We finally get Rebecca. And it's the save your ass, but not my grandniece.
No, they're both under it.
Okay.
Yeah, she like basically like a body bag and like boom, like Edge, you know, like since we get one final Edge, like Edge the wrestler tackles him, you know, with the body bag.
Oh my god. Holy
That's so
shit.
much.
The fucking spear.
Hey, I love a spear. It's a classic move.
So
Classic move.
signing off for us, beginning with Shelly.
Hi everyone.
No, before we do the sign off, how do you feel right now, Michael? I gotta ask.
I was just like, are we really killing him off tonight? Shit,
That's
okay.
what I was. Yeah, I
was ready.
Yeah,
I was not ready at first, and then I was like, you know what?
Fuck that guy.
I can do it.
Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's thought we were going the full Monty. Yeah.
You're
Not the
welcome.
full month.
All right, Shelly.
Hey, you know.
Hi everyone. I've been Shelly Von Miller. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Shelly Von Miller. I was about to say I have not been Shelly Von Miller. I've been Ashley Dame, as played by Shelly Von Miller. I'm here. Oh, and then you can see me at Gen Con. I will be doing stuff at Gen Con. I will be running games at some, and not as crazy as Meth and Michael, because I'm doing the bare minimum, baby. 5 games. I'm going to enjoy the con as much as I can.
I'll make my own fun like I always do with whatever the hell I do. I might. So speaking of making your own fun, Anne.
Hi, I'm Anne. I was
Awkward
playing.
segue game continues.
I was playing Sasha Dawson, who has a lot of feelings about a lot of things, which hopefully we'll see about on Tuesday because she has a lot to unpack. You can find me on Twitter at @XO_girlwonder. Yell at me about stuff there. And that's it. Also, affectionately, fuck you, Andrew.
What's really awesome is she thinks Rory just fucking ashed himself. And she won't know because she's going to get pulled in by the day sleep. And she's going to, her first thought when she wakes up, like, is he's fucking Ash.
She did. She did that. Yeah, she did that.
So good.
Fuck you.
I can't wait for the fallout and the drama of that alone. So speaking of being alone. How's it going, Michael?
Yeah, I don't know.
Awkward segue. I'm the king of it, by the way.
I am Michael. I have been Rory, and I guess will continue to be, assuming Sasha doesn't kill me. Internet, Sub-Zero Jalapeno stuff, things, Gen Con, gonna be there. Yeah. How the fuck did she get here? What?
Go punch Andrew in the arm for me.
Do I have a
I won't be
stalker?
there.
Probably.
You had her on an errand. And there's one thing that, as I recall, because
A while, Jesus, yeah.
I forgot about Rebecca.
you had her on an errand, as I recall, and she's like,
It was a couple
finally
of
gonna
nights,
fucking like
though.
debrief. Yeah, gonna debrief this asshole because, and like, where is he? What the fuck? And then so she has to do what Galru are pretty good at. You know, they can smell
Sniff it
and
out.
track stuff, and she's like, where's he? What the fuck? And like, it just like had to full on sprint. Yeah. We won't go into the
burning
particulars.
nachos Bel Grande.
Yeah, we won't, we won't go into the particulars of how the sausage is made this evening. But
That's
yeah,
what Tuesdays are for.
right. So we'll be back this Tuesday, and then Gen Con off for Gen Con week.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
I'm
probably
totally
no game
ready
on-
for Gen Con.
Yeah.
Totally
So
ready.
yeah,
Absolutely ready.
so we got to do some Gen Gun stuff. I'm running like 6 or 7 games. I don't remember.
Running
Vampire.
5 games.
I got Vampire, Hunter, and Werewolf. I think I'm doing the full month.
Same. I'm doing the full.
And if you enjoy
darkness
the
month, yeah.
insanity you have just witnessed this evening, just know that like I cannot be contained by pre-gen adventures written by Renegade or otherwise. So if you want to be subjected to this kind of stuff personally, come to Gen Con, sign up for a Mephisto/Andrew game, and I will torture you with the feels in a good way.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. But yeah, so speaking of, I have been the magical Mr. Mephisto. If you're not into that whole brevity thing, Andrew or Mephisto. This is my Twitch channel, so I don't feel like I have to shout it out too much, but
You got here. That's the important
yeah,
part.
you found your way here, and I will do some affirmation here that I intend to resume a more consistent streaming schedule. Now that I've said it out loud, I can manifest it, right? That's how it works.
Somebody clip it.
Yeah, clip it. No, I want to get back to, I'm supposed to be your resident spooky kid variety streamer, and I would like to do that a little bit more. I miss it. I certainly at least run our weekly game weekly like I'm supposed to, and then like maybe be a little greedy in one extra streaming day where I do some just video games or something like that. Which means I mostly sit on a pause screen and talk too much, but that's why the show was called Rantcast. So yeah, I guess also I spontaneously wrote an entire ass video game. That was pretty cool. It's called September Story. It's available on itch to play. It's about 1 hour long. It's a turn-based RPG with a deck builder mechanic. All about one person's crazy ass journey to process their grief over their friend death. See, I wrote in subtext that it was his lover, but I had an editor, and I don't know. I finally understand how that happens, by the way, like pretty directly, where like you're trying to write a gay love story, and then like people are editing out your gay love story in like real time. Finally been there. That was pretty cool. But no, I actually like really liked it. It's a story. If anyone can make depression and like a funeral funny, yo. Like the intro line is basically the main character like losing his goddamn shit, and as his friend's cat starts talking to him, and he's like, why the fuck are you British? And then it goes from there. Did you ever want to like play Pokemon except the monsters you were catching were your inner demons? Go check out September's story. Yeah, that was my premise. I'm very pleased with my premise.
There you go.
So yeah, it's free. It's whatever. Yeah, otherwise we'll be back here Tuesday. And yeah, join the Discord, talk to us, follow all these wonderful humans on the social medias, and come to Gen Con if you can. And if you can't, just watch our show again and tell people to watch our show because the story is fucking awesome.
Also, if you come to Gen Con, we have cards.
Yeah, they're trading cards now.
Yeah, they're trading cards.
They're
We'll sign them.
collectible cards. I mean,
Yeah, you can collect the series of one card, but we will sign them. And
yeah, we'll sign it.
I am a hugger, by the way, so like
I am not.
if you come.
I'm kidding. I am.
And I also, by the way, I have credits for some RPGs. If you play Soulbound, the Age of Sigmar RPG, I will sign your AOS book because I'm credited there so I have like I can autograph that, which has been a dream of mine.
I mean, if you want me to write on your book, I'll just write on your book.
Yeah. Boom. All right, everybody. Remember, chat gang, you are the show within the show. The reason we do this thing. Remember to drink your milk, pay your taxes, be excellent to yourselves and each other, and we will catch you next time. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.